2 weeks. Training camps open up.
Hall of Fame game very soon.
At this point, 2 weeks from this day.
I just saw a video of Lamar Jackson showing up to Ravens camp.
Their veterans are reporting, and they're going back to work one by one, slowly but surely. But 2 weeks from today, all 32 training camps will be open in the National Football League, and the top stories won't be, hey, Andy Reid and Kelsey's mom are starring in some Hallmark show together for the Chiefs. Like that won't be the top stories of the NFL. Like we're not hunting and pecking. So in that regard, I'm just going to start diving in here early and coming up with top 5 lists every single day I'm in this chair until training camps open. And I have a top 5 list to start this program today just to kick things off and see if it'll light a phone line up. And if it doesn't, it's okay. I have my top 5 teams that can go from worst to first.
Oh.
As you know, that happens almost every year in the National Football League. By the way, I appreciate you reacting in that regard. Thank you. I am excited about it, too.
Zero the hero.
Well, I mean, there's only 8 teams that can make this list, and I've whittled it down.
To 5.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I know who's not on the list.
And 2
One
of
of those
them,
3, Brockman's going to lose his mind that you
No,
left
one
them
of them
off,
is
so.
obvious it's not on the list.
2 of them,
really,
2 of them chose 3rd overall and would have chosen 1st overall if they didn't trade away that pick to the Chicago Bears.
Right. Those 2 are out.
Right? So we're whittling it down. It just depends on what order I put it in, right? Hit it, please.
High 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Rich's top 5.
Here we go, everybody. Here we go. My top 5 teams that can go from worst to first. You know I'm high on this team. I've been talking about it. I'm sniffing around them as the sleeper team for my AFC sleeper team this year. Okay? And I'm going with the Tennessee Titans here. And the only reason why they're 5th on this list is because I think the AFC South is going to be Houston's and Jacksonville's to vie for, with Houston having the pole position, and then the Colts could potentially throw their hat in this ring depending on how talented Anthony Richardson is and how he looks coming out of the gate. But folks, you can put this wide receiver room up against a ton of wide receiver rooms, and it holds up as one of the best. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyler Boyd. And then the running backs, Tajay Spears, who we all know was taking some reps from Derrick Henry, and Tony Pollard. And then the offensive line is going to be coached by Bill Callahan, the new coach's dad, one of the best at it. Jeffrey Simmons is a very prideful individual who came in this studio, says he's going to bring the heat and the noise. They also got L'Jarius Sneed in the offseason. And last Friday, we didn't talk about it, they picked up Jamal Adams, the Prez, who I think has got a chip on his shoulder to prove that he still has it. Don't sleep on the Tennessee Titans, folks. Everybody keeps calling into this show to play the win-loss game, and when their team is playing the Tennessee Titans, they give their team a W.
Disrespectful.
The disrespect is real. But I put the Titans.
Disrespect is real.
I put the Titans 5th on this list because I don't know how close they're going to get to flip things around to be first in this division. 4th are the Commanders. They might be my NFC sleeper team. I love your guy DQ, TJ.
I mean, he worked wonders.
Okay.
Right?
And so I know you don't believe it.
I don't get this
You
one at
don't
all.
believe
Yeah,
it.
I really don't.
You don't believe it.
I don't. They're going to be in the top 5 of the draft again.
I don't know. Yeah. You might be right. But this kid, Jaden Daniels, we were talking about him at the draft and after the draft. Well, like in the first 2 days after the draft, 3 days after the draft, he's the most pro-ready kid coming in. He's your Heisman Trophy winner. And then all of a sudden, we're just wrapped up in Caleb Mania, and suddenly he's going to have a learning curve for Cliff Kingsbury. And Terry McLaurin is no slouch. I saw Austin Eckler Friday here in town at an event that Variety was holding. And he's just jacked up, man.
Oh, yeah.
And Brian Robinson Jr.? Just to name a few? I don't know. I put them fourth on this list. Number 3? I don't know, man. But I got to put them on the list. And I just put them here at 3 because of my guy. I'm putting the Chargers here.
Okay.
I'm putting the Chargers here.
I thought you'd have them one, to be honest.
No. Because the Kansas City Chiefs are back-to-back Super Bowl champs, dude. That's a heck of a team to unseat. That's a big and Jim's got to show up and do his magic, and I think he has. And you got to shut down Travis Kelce. You got to figure Jim's going to figure out 87 to bracket him, because honestly, other than the Spanoses, that's a guy who's owned the team. And everybody's like, who's he going to throw to? Well, maybe not as much. And maybe he'll be part of a run attack, too. I don't know. I can't wait to see what this is going to look like. But Jim's going to plus him up. And if he plus 5s them to plus 7s them, if he plus 7s them to 12 wins. Number 2 on this list are the Bears.
The Bears.
I'm putting the Bears here. Just because that defense was top 5 from week 7 on last year. Talked to Jalen Johnson about it on Friday's program. Check it out again on our YouTube channel if you missed it. And then, dude, that Rome Odunze may win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Ooh, he's got a shot.
He sure does. The only reason why he wouldn't, one would think, is because he's got a rookie quarterback and there's 2 significant veterans to feed as well.
He's got some big-time talent around him.
No, because Caleb wins it.
Or Caleb could win it too.
Yeah,
Yes, you're correct, sir.
Caleb,
One would think if Rome Odunze's in line to win it,
Caleb is pretty good.
Caleb's the reason why.
Caleb's killing.
And it's a quarterback-driven league.
But Rome has the Eisen Show rub that these other guys don't have either.
Yeah, no, Caleb doesn't know. He has to show up.
Hasn't shown up.
He's
yet,
gonna.
so.
Don't you worry.
Hang out.
Don't you fret. Number 1 on the list of the Cincinnati Bengals, guys. Joey
It feels like
friggin'
such
B.
cheating that they finished last year.
Right.
You know.
Kinda
Joey
when
friggin' B, man.
Kind of like when the Spurs finished last when David Robinson got
Right.
hurt, and then they
Like,
get
come
Tim
on.
Duncan. Like,
Let me give you a name. Another name. Know what he's talking about. Chase Brown.
Chase Brown.
Fast. One of the fastest players in the league.
Brother, he'll be available in so many fantasy leagues in round 2, I think. That kid is going to
See where he's at.
He is going to fit in very nicely. He was beginning to last year, too. That's another one to just keep thinking about. And you got a ton of guys that want new contracts or upset they didn't get them. And then Joe Burrow is going to come back. And you just have to hear everything that's out of his mouth right now is, there's a big chip here.
He's ready.
There's a chip on his shoulder and a farmer's tan on his back from Paris.
Well, they got Zach Moss, too.
Yeah.
That's my number 1 worst to first team.
You think we need one more?
Sure, why not?
What?
All right, we'll get one more.
Patriots.
Nope. It's not the Panthers either. There's only one last choice. Pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew.
By the way,
I'm talking your language.
they should have been on the list. Honestly, they should have been like 3rd.
Dude,
Kyler Murray could win MVP.
I know you keep saying that.
I'm not alone.
The San Francisco 49ers are in this division. They won it. The
Super Bowl hangover.
Dude.
Super Bowl loss
So
hangover.
guess what? If that happens, you know who could swoop right in?
The Rams.
Yeah, man. Rams.
Playoff loss hangover.
Excuse me. The Rams are really good.
Yeah.
And they're going to be better. So that's why they're the one more here. But why not? Throw them on this list because, again, they may be my sleeper team in the NFC as well.
Now, if you were ranking the final 2, like where are those guys? Like a Pat 7, maybe?
On the clock in Green
Panthers
Bay,
8?
pal. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's my top 5 NFL teams who can go from worst to first. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.